This is the Art Beauty Podcast where we tell the real truth about the fake shit. My name is Amber, and today my gorgeous co-hosts are Courtney Baber and Nurse Nancy, founders of The Route Skincare. This is a relatively new line. And speaking of new, I hear that this is your first podcast.
It is. It is our first podcast. Here's my mimosa.
We feel so cool. We feel very cool to be on a podcast.
I'm so honored to have you ladies.
You're honored to be here.
You're both in California.
Yes.
Right.
We are.
Which explains that sunny, gorgeous glow that you both have. I was so interested. Now, full disclosure, I've not tried anything from the line. So, I just like to be honest here, but I'm always interested in new lines. And one of the things that I loved when I was reading your story is that you, it seems like you really set out to sort of bridge the gap between medical grade products and, sort of the Sephora Ulta line, right? Because Courtney, you have a history of launching brands, a pretty big brand, in Sephora. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So we definitely, when we set out to launch the brand, we really wanted to bring medical grade skincare to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm.
I was a patient of Nancy's for 10 years, and she transformed my skin, and she did it with medical grade products and a little bit of other goodies, but definitely. And, both of us have had access to every skincare brand you can imagine out there. We're both in our 50s. We've been doing what we've been for 30 years.
Wait, stop that. No. Really?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Wow.
Turning 56 in May.
Wow. Oh my gosh. If people are just listening to this right now, you need to go to YouTube and check these. I mean, you guys are, I'm blown away. I was going to say,
you're sweet.
But I'm not being sweet. I'm being honest. Wow. Really? Okay. Now tell me everything.
It's the magic of great skincare. It really is. I think both of our skin looks better. We've been at this for about 5 years, testing products. The last few years, we've actually, really the end of 2019, we launched the brand, but we use our products, and
we practice what we preach. Absolutely.
So you were a patient. Wait, Courtney, you were a patient of Nurse Nancy, but you have a long history in beauty, correct?
Oh yes, I've been in the beauty industry, in the prestige beauty industry, for 30 years, and like you said, I've worked with, big companies like Estee Lauder. I was the vice president of merchandising at Sephora for about 10 years, launching brands, indie brands there. And then most recently was with Urban Decay and helped sell the brand to L'Oreal, and stayed with L'Oreal for about 4 years. So I was there, close to 8 years, and met Nancy kind of during all of this. And she and I always were scheming and thinking about what we would want to put in a skincare brand, because we couldn't, I know a lot of people say this, we couldn't really find it ourselves.
Yeah.
We were machine and kind of, coming up.
And thank you for the history, because I do think it's important for people to know. I mean, especially with your pedigree of products and of being, at these big companies, working on the marketing side of it too, that you really know, number one, what the consumer wants, and it works. And I think that you probably also saw with your merchandising hat on there that you wouldn't bring a product to market that you didn't see a need for.
Right. We definitely wanted to fill a white space.
Sure.
That is what we call it in the business industry. And I also I want Nurse Nancy to talk a lot about her pedigree as well, but I also wanted to bring this ray of sunshine to the rest of the world, because she, when I was her patient, and I still am her patient, I'd leave looking better, but feeling better as well. 'Cause she's just an uplifting, knowledgeable, caring, happy soul that,
I always say, the funny thing is like whenever I get Botox, I feel happier. And sometimes I wonder if it's the psychological effect of not being able to frown, but you feel better.
It's interesting you say that because there are some studies going on right now for Botox being used for the treatment of depression.
Yeah.
So we've known that for a long time. Women actually start feeling better. And I've been told this a million times. They say, I round the corner to your office and I'm not even there yet. And I start to feel better. So there's something magical to Botox.
I mean, I know Botox, I always feel less depressed whenever
beautiful.
I have it.
Yeah. So you hit the nail on the head. Like, is it your inability to frown, or you just feel better, you look better, there's fewer wrinkles? Who knows? They really don't know, but they're actually testing it. It's in an FDA clinical trial for the treatment of depression. So
amazing.
Who knew?
And Nancy, I do want to talk about your pedigree because, like you said, you have been in practice. Courtney is a wonderful, shining example of, I guess, the fabulous work you do. But can you give us a little bit about your background?
Thank you. Sure. I have been a nurse practitioner for 30 years. So I'm an RN and I'm an advanced practice nurse practitioner with a master's degree. And I discovered the beautiful Botox and filler world about 21 years ago now. Actually, it's been 22 because I first injected in 1991. No,
right.
That's not true. 1999. I graduated from school in 1991. I had a patient yesterday and she said, Nancy, I started coming to you in November of 1999. So that she was probably one of my first in, and she's still with me today. She's hilarious. She's in her 60s and I discovered that she could do the splits a few years ago. So every time she comes in to see me, I have her do the splits for me, see if she can still do it.
Wait, she's not a very famous fashion designer, is she? No. Okay.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
You know what I'm talking about,
I would
right?
love that though. Yeah. So over the years, for the last 22 years, I've been injecting Botox. I've had tens of thousands of patients. I've done many, many, many procedures. I've recommended skincare for the entire time. I'm a trainer for Allergan. So the people who make Botox and Juvederm and that whole line, I have been training doctors and nurses for that company for the last decade. So I've been on advisory boards and I am a trainer, a key opinion leader, they call us now. And but my love is seeing the patients and also this new passion project. It's not a passion project. It is my life now. It's a route.
I mean, let's talk about the route. And I love that we were setting you up because I was reading online that really a lot of it centers around what you're calling the Nurse Nancy complex. Can you tell us what that is?
The Nurse Nancy complex? Yes. So when we set out to do this, like Courtney said, I would stand in front of my wall of skincare products because I would always offer medical grade skincare products to my patients. And we would cherry pick and it was always related to, well, we want antioxidants during the day and we want repair, we want repair ingredients at night. But as we set out to do this, we wanted to be even more comprehensive. We wanted to be that brand that had all the integrity of a medical grade product, but we wanted to bring it to everyone, right? And we discovered that we wanted to attack all the ways we age, right? Not just one or two, right? Not just based on, this one specific antioxidant, there's one peptide. There's many, many ways we age. And we wanted to also make a healthy skin because we know that without healthy skin, you can't have beautiful skin. So the Nurse Nancy complex evolved out of a desire to repair the skin of any damage that we do on a daily basis or that we do to ourselves through our lifestyle or through harsh products. So the Nurse Nancy complex is a group of 7 ingredients, antioxidants, skin identical hydrators, 1 peptide, and calming, soothing anti-irritant, because we know that inflammation that causes aging and all the free radical damage, with it comes inflammation. So we had to, every single one of our products has the Nurse Nancy complex in it, except the Party Peel, which is our chemical peel, our at-home chemical peel. But Yes.
I want to talk about that.
Yes.
Again, I haven't been able to try these products yet. So, but
Oh, we
I
will have
did
to
a
remedy
lot.
that.
I did a lot of like Googling, and the party peel. Would you say this is like one of like the most popular SKUs in the line?
Oh, absolutely. This is
It
our
is
number one product times like 3 to 5. It's and it's
it
so demonstrative and so fun to use, but
it
actually,
looks so cool. It's this gold peel. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Okay. Well, it evolved out of the most popular peel that I do in my office. So, chemical peels are a way to exfoliate your skin,
Hmm.
right? And there's different levels. There's superficial, medium depth, and deep. My practice is in Newport Beach, California. So, my most popular peel was the superficial one. I have ladies that come in, and men, they come in getting prepped for their life, and it always involves parties. And with the pandemic, people are still coming in to look beautiful, even if it's on Zoom.
Oh yes.
But at first people would say, "Oh no, I don't want to peel," because they hear the word peel, they hear the word chemical, they think they're going to burn their skin, they think they're going to peel for the next 2 weeks. So I say, no, 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 no. I would call it the party peel, because you will just glow. You will have a micro exfoliation, you won't peel, and you will just glow for the next few days. So that peel became known as the party peel. So when we set out to do this, we wanted your skin to glow all the time, not just once a month when you come in for a chemical peel in the office. And not everyone can do that anyways. So we developed what we call the perfect pH party peel for at home use, to do once or twice a week. But there's a reason behind every single thing we did. We know it's gold.
Yeah.
And it's not just for fun. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew where the party peel was, and that it was an even application. So when
Smart.
we wanted a color, right? So
Yeah.
why not be gold? We wanted it to be a little bit thicker because peels tend to be a little runny. So I didn't want people to be nervous that it was going to run into their eyes or their nose or their mouth. So we made it a little kind of gelatinous. And then we just didn't want a two-step process, because that's intimidating for people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Make
They're
it
like,
easy.
oh, how do I do this? So you start with clean, dry skin, then you apply it, and then we put an oxygen delivery system in there. So it's I call them scrubbing bubbles. So
Yeah.
instead of having to strip your skin of acetone or alcohol before the peel, you put the party peel on, it starts to bubble up, and those little bubbles work as in place of the stripping agent. And then the peel, the acids, we have 4 gentle acids that penetrate into the skin, and then it bubbles up, you rub it in again, it bubbles up again. It could do it 1, 2, 3 times. Then you leave it on for a couple minutes, you rinse it off, and you're good to go.
So tell me, like, what are some of the other, would you say, for people who are not familiar with the line, right? So the party peel is, like you said, one of your best sellers. What are some of the other hero products that you would say that you have?
well, I would say if you don't use anything else from the route, you should use the Everything Day and the Everything Night. They are the cornerstones of the brand. They will all by themselves transform your skin. I mean, the party peel is so fun and it's so demonstrative and gives you such great selfie moments for social media.
Hmm.
But these two products really are the powerhouse to some, and we call them Eden together, Everything Day, Everything Night. And they really are everything. I mean, we talked about the Nurse Nancy complex, which is in everything but the party peel. And you just can hear by Nancy talking, she's how thorough she is. It's like she wanted to hit every reason your skin ages with ingredients and formulate those two products so that they did it they deliver those ingredients at the day and night that you need to combat all
Right.
those reasons that you age.
Right.
I would
Right.
say Eden, Everything Day and Everything Night. I know what Nancy's going to say. Right.
It's the golden rule.
The golden rule.
The golden rule is our transretinoic acid ester. It's a retinoid. So unlike any other on the market, I used to prescribe retinoids on a daily basis. And then when patients would come back and I follow up with them, they half the time or more, they were not on it because they couldn't tolerate the side effects of a
Right.
prescription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's really super frustrating. And then, retinols came on the market and different strengths, but we still had to recommend that you start once or twice a week and work your way up and kind of retinize the skin. And it was just still super frustrating. And Missy Moo over here, Courtney, we just couldn't get her to be on it. And she said, I'm not going to do it. And so when we set out to do this, to do our brand, I was bound and determined to find a retinoid that she could use.
I was really bound and determined because Nancy has been saying that retinols and retinoids are really the number one way, or really the only way to teach your skin how to act young again. And I wasn't doing that. I couldn't do that. And
she was missing out. She had major FOMO, major skincare FOMO.
So this is a retinoid.
Yes.
It's a retinoid. So retinoids are the mother, that's the
mother category.
Yes, exactly. The category that even prescriptions and anything over the counter falls under. Ours is a trans-retinoic acid ester. Okay. So it's the cousin to the prescription. So most retinols on the market have to transform itself into the skin to become active, an enzymatic process. This retinoid, you apply it to the skin and it just goes immediately to the retinoid receptors in your skin.
Got it.
So it's gentle, but it's effective. So it's not pounding your skin like a prescription would do, but over time it does the same thing without all the downtime. Yeah.
Which is amazing. I also have to say the packaging is really beautiful.
Oh.
I love it. It's something that looks so chic on the shelf, which, we know this, it matters.
Well, that's the medical grade, luxury aspect. We loved medical grade brands, but I don't know. I think a lot of them were made by men. And so they're all gray and silver and kind of boring and not very pretty. And you can see Nancy and I care. We're like colorful people. We care about what we look like. We care about what our home looks like. We wanted it to be a luxurious product experience from start to finish. So from the way that the products feel right away and look on your skin right away, what the packaging looks like, receive it, what the packaging looks like when it's sitting on your counter. I mean, who wants to have an ugly bottle sitting on their counter? So we really spent the time and the effort and the money to do that. But we also did it, for more than just, the packaging itself is airless. And I'll have Nancy talk about that because airless packaging is really important for skincare products. You probably know this.
Yes. So that it's not breaking down. I deal with a lot of skincare and I'm always like, oh, the packaging.
Isn't that frustrating? I know. And they're beautiful, droppers are beautiful and jars are gorgeous. But we insisted on having airless packaging because why put all those magical ingredients in them? And we do them all at the efficacious dose. All of our ingredients are clinically tested. And so we put those ingredients in the bottle that were at the dose that it was tested at. So why would you compromise that?
I did a podcast on vitamin C and said, if your vitamin C has turned brown, I don't care how much you've spent on it. It's not as efficacious as you meant it to be. And people, because we all know there's a very famous brand that has in the dropper and they were like, but
it is what it is. And vitamin C's have evolved as well. They're much more stable, but they're an antioxidant. So the second that air gets to it, they start breaking down. So we had to do it. You will never see a jar.
Do you have like a good vitamin C serum for the morning?
Well, see, that is
or is that in your everything day?
That is in the everything day. That's right. Our vitamin C is in the everything day.
Coach this in a because we don't have a lot of time in the morning. So we wanted to really simplify the routine and regimen for ourselves and for everyone else. You need to have a really great chemist to allow you to be able to do that, to mix all the ingredients in one bottle. But who wants to have 10 steps? So
it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 products.
7 products
right now.
7
right.
SKUs? Okay. Everything day, everything night, golden rule, which was your retinoid, party peel,
Right.
which is like exactly what it sounds like, the girlfriend.
The
This is your
girlfriend.
primer. And then you've got
And it's a post-treatment
daytime.
for
Oh,
the post-treatment for the party peel as well, the girlfriend. So we sell the two of them together a lot as a duo.
Yeah,
and then you've got an eye cream for day and an eye cream for night. I love this. It's a
we
very
do.
simple, and by
That's right.
simple, I don't mean
Right.
not effective, but it's a very,
That's right.
very user friendly line.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's one of the things that we say all the time is that it's simplified but not simple because it's extremely comprehensive as well. Yeah.
I love, Nancy, that you were talking about the consistency of something. That to me says, wow, this is these are two women who have really thought about how we're using the products, the delivery, when we're putting it on. I love that it's gold so that you can see where you've put it, especially with a peel. You want to make sure that
Mhm.
that's even, that you're getting it
That's right.
everywhere, and you can
That's
use it
right.
on the face, neck, and we all know deck.
Décolleté. Yes.
And then it's also pretty, right? Because
That's
these
right.
days it's like self-care should feel not like a chore, but like something fun.
That's
Yeah.
right. Right.
So,
One of the great things Nancy always says too, not only the décolleté, but your hands, and her little Nurse
oh,
Nancy nugget is your
Mhm.
ears. You got to put product on your ears.
oh, you know what? Obviously, I know the hands, and I do a lot of this for New
Wow.
Beauty. And I always say afterwards, I'm like, my hands are so soft and lovely.
Yes.
But your
Mine too.
ears, that's a
Your
good one. I know
earlobe.
sunscreen on the ear, but oh,
Right, right. Well, one of the number one areas to get skin cancer is right on the top of the ears, but I inject a lot of earlobes because earlobes,
I
you know,
love California. I love it. Give it all to me. I mean, just
You have to come
yes.
visit. You can come visit.
I
Yeah.
want to come visit, but I have to say that honestly, you two don't look like your every average California, both stunningly beautiful, and neither of you look done. I see a lot of people who it's like, oh
yeah.
my.
Well, hopefully that's what I'm known for is
Is it
creating a natural beauty, enhancing your natural beauty without looking done at all.
can I ask you too, just like from a business standpoint, like how you really launched right before COVID?
Yes.
Lucky
We
us.
did. We did. And it is a tough road for everyone, right?
Yeah.
We opened 400 Ulta stores March 6th, and then the stay-at-home order went into place and they all closed. I know.
Oh my
But
gosh, I just got the chills and
I
I just cringed
I
for you.
know. But the good news is they're all open again now. There's a lot of restrictions, but they're all open again. It gave us the time because it was really fast to go online and then to go to Ulta. That's a big undertaking as a new brand. But we wanted to take advantage of the opportunity, so we weren't going to say no. It just gave us time to really focus on our website and honing in our messaging and our paid media and kind of everything else, find the right field team to support those stores. And the great thing for us, believe it or not, April and May were some of our better months because people were really looking for self-quarantining, and we have everything you need for that.
And at a
Yeah.
very affordable price, right? Like, so like, again, I put this in like sort of that mid-range, right? It's not mass market. It doesn't look mass market, but it's not going to totally break the bank, right? Most of these
Right.
products look like they're in this 70 to 100
Yeah.
Yeah.
range.
Which I so appreciate you saying that, because we could have priced these products 3 times as much because
Yeah.
of everything we put in them. And I know Nancy mentioned that, we use all the ingredients at their clinically tested efficacious levels, which was a big surprise to us when we were formulating. Like not every brand does that. And I never want to like brand shame or throw brands under the bus, but you don't have to, right? The FDA doesn't regulate it.
Right.
But doing that with a nurse, it's like she wouldn't prescribe half a prescription for somebody. So why would we ever give you half of what you need to get the results in our products? And I think that's why we've been so successful out of the gate and have such a loyal following and great customer reviews, is because people really see a difference in their skin. And it's because we're putting in the power and paying for it to give them those results. So I'm just happy to hear you say that, because we really thought a lot about it, and we wanted to accessible to everyone.
Yeah. We all thank you for that. If people want to know and want to try this out, where's the best place for them to go? Is it strictly Ulta and then online?
Yeah. So theroutebeauty.com, Ulta and Ulta.com. And then we just launched at dermstore.com
congrats.
Another really fun partnership in the works for this year. So we're really excited. We may have Nurse Nancy on TV soon. Just
wait, can you give us like a little taste of maybe what you're working on?
Well, like I said, we probably are going to have Nurse Nancy on TV soon. So we're hoping to make her a household name, and to allow everyone to learn and fall in love with her the way that I know they will, and everybody else who is her patient or knows her does. And because she's so giving and so forthright with her knowledge and her expertise. She talks to our customers. Like if a customer has questions, they start emailing together. It's just really beautiful. It's kind of what she is known for and does best.
Well, hey, can I ask you right now? So if people have questions, where is the best place for them to ask you?
So they can go to contact at The Route Beauty, and they can ask. It goes into our customer service world, which is a very small world, and we all see it. And Nancy gets pinged a lot with, a lot of questions about can they use this when they're, doing another type of treatment. So all of that we can help you with. We also have great ways to get started on the brand. We have a little skincare BFF kit, because I'm sure you can see like this whole thing is about happiness and, our friendship.
Cute. Yeah.
It's cute. It's really cute.
Yeah. So if you want to get started on the route, these are 5 core products for just $50.
Well, and then in Ulta, which is nice too, because you can go in now that the stores are open, and I'm sure request samples. You can try it out and make sure it works for you. So that's always a nice benefit too.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Well, I'm so honored to have had you ladies for your first podcast. You did phenomenally.
Do we get an A?
You're a great coach, so you made it super easy.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. And of course, if everybody at home, if you've got questions you want me to pass on to Nurse Nancy or to Courtney, I'm happy to do so. You can email me, hello@RBDpodcast. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at RBD Podcast. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Thanks, Amber.
Bye. Thank you so much.